students, how are you? I hope you are fine at your home. And today again I am back with a new topic in continuation to the yesterday's speed torque characteristic of separately excited DC motor. Mind it, DC motor is of three types, but out of it we are discussing the separately excited. Okay. Now talking about the speed torque characteristic, before that I must tell you about what is separately excited DC motor, and first of all draw its diagram. Now we're talking about the separately excited. This is rheostat RH. This is RF. And here I have given the supply. Okay, there is a DC motor. I hope it's not clear. From here I will start. I have given the supply. V in plus minus, and the current starts flowing load current, and this is armature current, this is back EMF, and this is armature resistance. Now what is the meaning of separately excited? That we know that in case of a DC motor, it is the shape of a DC motor, that is the poles, 4 pole. I am assuming the 4 pole DC motor. Okay, now in center there is armature. Okay, these are the poles, 4 poles. Let us suppose north, south. Now, what is a separately excited? What is the meaning of separately excited? It means that we have to excite the poles. This is the exciting coil. Separately. This that is the wire I have rolled on all the poles. This is the exciting coil. And here it is. This is the exciting coil. Okay. You understand? Which is exciting the poles. Now in this case, in this type of DC motor, I have separately attached the exciting coil and excited separately with the help of the voltage source V1, battery V1, and the rheostat. There is a variable resistance to change the value of current. Now, this is back EMF EB, and what is the formula for EB? It is phi N Z P upon 60A. What is A? A is the number of parallel path. Number of parallel path. Z is the total number of conductor. N is a speed. Okay. P is the number of poles. Now, this A value depend upon what type of armature winding you are taking. It is of two types. Armature winding is of two types. If A is equal to 2, it is wave winding, armature winding. If A is equal to P, number of parallel paths is equal to the poles. For example, here the number of poles are 4. If A is equal to 4, number of parallel paths will be 4 here. So this is lap winding. I am explaining just because of this formula, that is a back EMF. From here we conclude that Z is constant, P is constant, A is constant. Now EB is, you can say, directly proportional to phi into N. And from here we can say N is directly proportional to EB upon phi. This is equation number 1. In order to plot this curve, You must remember this equation from where it came. Okay. Now talking about the second equation, you know you have given the supply VV in from here. What is V in equal to? There is a drop across the armature resistance RA, IA RA drop, plus there is a back EMF EB, plus there is a brush drop. This is brush number A, this is brush number AA. Now there are two brushes. There are how many brushes? Two brushes, A, AA. There are, let one brush drop is VB, now two brush drop is 2 VB. Two brush drop is 2 VB. Sometimes we ignore this value as it is very small. Hence, we ignore this value. Therefore, V in is equal to IA RA plus EB. Therefore, EB is equal to V in minus IA RA. Now this is equation number 2. Now put equation number 2 in equation number 1. You will get N is equal to V in minus IA RA upon 5. Now from here we will plot the graph. Now the flux, talking about the flux that is produced by exciting the poles. The current flowing through the exciting coil is fixed because we have separately excited with the help of battery. Now the flux remain constant. Phi remain constant for small value of current. Okay, therefore N is directly proportional to V in minus IA RA. Remember this equation, it's very important. Now I am going to plot the curve. I am roughing this diagram here also. Okay, so first of all I will draw the torque speed current curve. Speed current curve. Okay. Now speed current curve, if you see the speed, V in is constant, the supply voltage, it is DC, IARA. If IARA drop is ignored, the ideal characteristic will be this. If IARA is 0, you can write IARA is 0. But if you consider the IARA drop, okay, armature current if you are considering, then V in minus IARA, it will be little bit small value and the graph will go like this. Okay, now this is the graph between current and speed current curve. Now second curve is torque current curve. Now while talking about the torque, you can say torque is directly proportional to phi into Ia. This is the formula. But flux is constant. Okay, therefore torque is directly proportional to Ia. Double star. This is the second equation. Okay. Torque is, as current increase, the torque increase. So this is the torque current curve. Now I am going to talk to you about the final destiny of this, the topic that we have to discuss, that is torque speed curve. Torque speed curve, mind it, that is very important. From both these curve number 1 and 2, we will draw torque and speed curve. Okay, now this is torque and this is speed. That is torque speed curve. Now you know that as the current increase, the torque, the speed decrease. The current increase, the speed decrease, and the current increase, the torque increase. It means if the torque is increasing, current increase, torque increase or current increase, speed decrease. So the curve will be like this. So this is the final output. You can say our aim achieved. Okay. So this is our final curve that we have to discuss. Again I am saying current increase, torque increase. If torque increase and current increase, speed decrease. And if torque increase, speed also decrease. Or you can understand from here, torque is directly proportional to current and speed. As current increase, speed decrease. Okay. Now, as the torque increase, hence Ia is equal to torque, therefore speed decrease. So this is all about today's topic. Thank you so much. Stay tuned to IGF.net and watch all my video lecture. Thank you so much.